Hello and welcome back to the Fox Strength Performance YouTube channel. I am Taylor Fox, and this is going to be the last installment in the Back to the Barbell series. So this was the second training session that I did down in Myrtle Beach at Iron Legacy. Really cool gym, a lot of cool equipment, a lot of old school stuff. So I enjoyed going there. I thought it was like a welcoming environment, like some cool people to talk to. So this was a squat session, which once I found that there was an SSB there, I was like, definitely use an SSB. Really intended to do a box squat, but I couldn't find the box. Later, one of the guys told me he was like, it's in the back in like the kind of like multi-purpose room. So he's like, that's usually what I grab. But I was like, I'll go like a pin squat or an Anderson squat and just roll with that for today. I liked the SSB because it's one of those like old school, like real worn out ones. Like they have the padding all taped up. I wouldn't say the camber and the alignment of it is as optimal as like one from Titan Rep or Elite FTS. It is very unforgiving. It kicks you forward real hard and it just feels terrible, especially beltless. And I was not, really using much of any equipment. So working up in that, I was definitely like, this is going to be tough for today. But I felt pretty good about working up to a set of 6 with 405, assuming that it's a 45-pound bar. It may be a little bit heavier. It was a little more heavy duty than some of the similar ones to that one that I've seen in the past, where it actually was like knurled throughout it, whereas like, it's more stainless steel. They'll see with those like flimsier ones that aren't like great, but also like they're a good training tool. Like they're very difficult to squat with. The one that comes to mind was one I used back at Diamond Gym in the past, but this was good. So 1 plate, 2 plates, worked all the way up to 4 plates on the squat. Feel pretty good. I tried to face out just for better camera quality, and if you watch the previous video from Myrtle Beach, which is in the Back to Barbell installments, you notice I talk about like not having a tripod. So for this gym at Iron Legacy, I used the board press. So I propped my phone up on the board press for most of the shots, and that worked a lot better than what I did at Pump House, where it's like just putting it on the floor or propping up on a plate. So I actually had the board press there for some good quality and just banging out some squats, and felt pretty good with all that. It was definitely not like I'm gonna go crazy heavy, but people talked to me after about just the squats and everything and training. So it was, I would say, more noticeable than maybe you would get otherwise if I was just, not squatting anything. But definitely caught some attention just hitting 405 for 6 on that. And I tried to like kind of like start the session with some winning warm-ups. So that was the leg extensions on the prime leg extension, and then the standing hamstring curl. And then we moved on to the linear hack squat. So it was a Body Masters linear hack squat, which I was pumped to use on that day. I think I had a lot of fun with it. I love a good linear hack squat, and as far as what I've noticed, we have one that can be used as either a power build KOP. I gotta actually confirm that, but I'm pretty sure there is one. We have a hack squat now that can be used like a linear hack squat or like a traditional hack squat. But definitely gonna feature something like that in videos in the near future when I'm doing some stuff down at KOP. But overall, like, very good session. I was happy with the sets I hit on the linear hack squat, and just tried to push the legs pretty hard without making this like a super long session. The theme of it was kind of get in, get out. Like I was like, I'll get back to PA and like kind of resettle in, and then start the new program that I'm doing, which now I'm underway in the second week of. But for that session, I was just like, let's keep it clean and concise. Of course, I felt a little bit of a pop. I would say it's more of a tweak than anything in my lateral calf on literally the last rep of the hack squat at Iron Legacy. So I was like, well, I got to deal with that. And it felt pretty tight for a couple days, but after like driving home and dealing with like the drive with it all stiffened up, it did feel a lot better. I would say it's a little bit aggravated after this second week of training, so I got to work on it a little bit, but definitely not something that held me back. So I'm excited to kind of move forward and not have that be a hindrance, and just grateful I got out of everything without like any injuries. Like sometimes it's tough. Like I've been in a more of an optimal state now, but it's like you're on vacation, you're rushing around, like you want to do stuff, spend time with the family. So I was getting up early in the morning to get these training sessions in, maybe not as hydrated as I should be. Like if we're on the beach or we're doing something else, it's hot, like maybe not drinking as much water because you're not necessarily like set up with a ton of hydration or food or whatever. It's interesting for like, normal people, it's like they eat worse on vacation, but for like people that are serious about training, bodybuilders, strength athletes, powerlifters, strongman, like I feel like a vacation is like tougher. Like it can be difficult to eat and have meals prepared and be planned. I did drive down there with 2 prepped meals, so that was ground pork and a little bit of bacon and rice. So that was good for eating on the drive there, and then I had a meal for like the first night that I was there. The funny thing was we showed up in the hotel room, there wasn't a refrigerator, and I was like, come on, like really, like I can't store any food. It was kind of like I need to eat this food that I have real quick and get rid of it, but actually have it like benefit me and not have it perish, and then it's like I'm not eating it, period. But I think that helped, but again, it's like hotel breakfast, having to buy all your food, so it's not necessarily ideal. Whereas like being at my house, like make eggs in the morning or have eggs prepped, have other food prepped, like eating like much leaner, much more rigid and strict now compared to like when we were down there, like stopping at a Chinese buffet or a seafood buffet. So I felt pretty good about everything. And like the transition from vacation was nice. 2 weeks into training now, like 4 days a week, plus a bunch more cardio than I would normally be doing. So, and got everything like kind of falling into place, compounding strength, which is now going to be kind of the focus documenting on the channel. So stay tuned for that. But I hope you enjoyed the Back to the Barbell series. Not necessarily blowing up with views compared to maybe some like specific one-off videos that I've done in the past. And I mean, I have like, it varies. I have a video with 1,000 views and I have a video with 15 views. So it's whatever, but at least it's there for somebody maybe is interested in the future, or I can reflect back on it with clients. Like, hey, here is like kind of how I would go about reintroducing the barbell to my programming, or like trying to work back into it. I know I have like a vacation coming up and I'm kind of, reintroducing things. I want to train a little bit, but I'm certainly not back on a full training schedule yet. Just for stuff like that, I feel like it is helpful, and I'm glad that I did document it and get the videos together so we can put this together. And maybe in the future now, like I'll have some video series that are more well followed compared to some other stuff that I've done. But I hope you guys enjoyed all of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with the footage that I was able to provide. Until next time, keep lifting those heavy weights. Hold strong.